Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and today we are finally finishing up this massive project. Okay, so I've been working on this portion of the garden for a lot of months. I had decided that with this whole area we had drainage issues and it was grass, so we ended up having a French drain installed, and then I came through and I laid down weed barrier, but then the grass came through the weed barrier, so we had to scrape back all the mulch and then add cardboard on top of the weed barrier and then bring it back and get these. It was a lot. It was a lot. And it's amazing to me that most of this was not here at the beginning of this year. Not the urns, not the mulch, not the trellis. Yeah, I'm massive into the project. So what I want to do is just take you guys through these last few steps of what it took to get to this point. Okay, so I started this project a while ago. I basically put down weed barrier over grass where we were having drainage issues and such, and then I layered over with mulch. Turns out that that was not enough. So this is me pulling back the existing mulch and laying down additional cardboard. My husband was helping me out on that, and we had to do that for a massive portion of this project, just redo it, which was really hard and really difficult, but I'm glad we did it because it's the correct way. And then coming back in here, we added additional cloth down to this area. We had to have a French drain installed in this front edge for drainage issues. That was a big holdup for getting this project done, but we installed all of this landscaping fabric and then prepared ourselves to lay additional cardboard over the top. So I've got that same rubber edging that I've used in multiple places and that I'm pretty much obsessed with. Now, this edging isn't really necessarily a barrier for grass per se. I'm using this edging as a barrier to keep the mulch in. And it's about like $8 per piece. Each piece is about 4 feet long. Is that right? Yeah, 4 feet long. A little over 3 inches tall. It comes with these plastic stakes. And basically I'm going to come in here right along the edge of the plastic weed barrier here. Now, a couple of things. First, you might be like, well, how's the water going to get out to flow to the drain here? These are not completely flush with the ground. The water will go right over under it. So that's not really an issue at all. So I don't think it'll be a problem. So basically you come in here and you just hammer it down. Hammer the stakes all the way down in, and then they stay. And then this is going to keep my mulch from flowing out anytime we have rain. Also, I like it. It just makes like a nice clean look. I'm so over this project. Sometimes there's just like not fun projects to do in the garden, but they like have to be done. It's not all just planting flowers. Okay, so these concrete pads are going to hold those super cool iron urns with stands that I have. And perfection's not typically my thing, but these bases do need to be pretty level because we don't want the urn like leaning. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, if I wanted to get real technical, I would probably lay concrete, make a concrete base, put some 2x4s out, level some concrete. We're not going to do that. Also, can we just talk about this massive eggplant right here? Let me just tuck that back in there for a second. So basically I'm just going to use a couple of stones and then I'm going to move this over and see where we're at in regards to leveling with it. And when you're leveling, you want to look at it both ways. Okay, that's actually pretty good. But I've got it rocking back there, so I need to put something in that back corner. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, we'll do the other side too. Now, I actually don't do a lot of permanent stuff in my garden. It's just like, my husband and I used to move all the time. This is the longest we've ever been in a house. And we typically would move about every 2 to 3 years. And we've been in this house like 6 or 7 years. It's a very long time for us. We bought and sold a lot of property when we were younger. But now that we've got kids, it just doesn't make sense to move around as much. Need one more brick for that corner. That's too high. Okay, my phone keeps overheating. Tells you how hot it is out here. What we're gonna do is come in and lay a ton of cardboard down. What I've found through this process, and those of you who've been following along with me, you know that I started with just the weed barrier, and that ended up being a big failure in the garden. The grass still came through, and then so I ended up scraping back a lot of it, and then coming back, scraping it back, adding cardboard, and then pulling the mulch back on, and that has helped significantly. Okay. I'm gonna remove one little box over to here. Okay, now I gotta bring over bags of mulch. Okay, sorry I'm out of breath, that was hard, y'all. Okay, so we're finally done. All the way from that side, all the way to the other side. It looks really nice. It looks soft, it looks cottagey vibe. I dig it. Look how great those loofahs look. I like it a lot. Okay, here's the deal with the mulch. If I wanted to do stone, I figured it out for rocks. It's about 8 times the cost of mulch. 8 times. So even if I add more mulch every year for the next 8 years, it would take me about 8 years to make up the difference. A couple of other things. I might also end up putting in another garden bed right there, or just different stuff along the way. So the permanence of the stone was a little more than my brain could handle. I just didn't want it. I was also really worried about the heat with that stone, just heating up and baking in a triple degree temps and creating just its own microclimate here that's much hotter than other areas because of the stone. So I felt like mulch, it's gonna be better. There's definitely upkeep with this versus the stone. And that'll be something I'll have to deal with every year, and I'm sure I will grumble and complain about it, but I think it's what's gonna be better for the garden in the end. Okay, let's go take a look at those urns that are gonna go right there. Okay, remember these? I can't believe it's been almost 8 months since I purchased these. I got these from a Decor warehouse that had been bought out, and they were getting rid of like a lot of their rental stuff, like things that they would rent out for big events and stuff. So I ended up picking up these. I think I got them for $50 each. And at $50 a pop, these are great. I bought 4. Kristen bought 2. I no longer need 4. It seems silly to have 4. So what I'm gonna do is she's gonna take 2 and I'm gonna take 2. Now, I was doing a project in the side garden. I stripped a bunch of the moss out. I'm now regretting that I did that just because I would have to figure out another solution. My other solution was gonna be burlap. I'm not sure if I love the look. I think what I'm gonna do for the time being is leave the moss in these upper urns, but not the lower ones. And I'll show you why we're not gonna do the lower ones. Hold on, let me pull this out. Okay. Regarding these lower portions, they actually have giant pieces of cardboard that were holding the moss in place, which isn't gonna work. That cardboard, as soon as it gets wet, it's gonna deteriorate and all the moss would fall off anyway. Now, I'm not real stressed about having moss on the lower part. It's really no big deal to me, but I do think I need it on the upper part because that is where the plant is gonna actually be. So, I'm gonna scrape out some of the moss and I'm just gonna toss it in here for now, in this other one right now. And all of this moss is gonna turn brown in our sun. It will bleach out. So everything that's green is not gonna stay green. Okay. So the idea is that we'll have a base, open base with an urn like this on top. Now, it is definitely too late in the season for me to be potting these up. It would just be a waste, y'all. And I'm not even gonna take the time to put in drip to these yet because there's no need to run drip right now. Now this one, I gotta pull out what's in here. all the extra moss in here. See, there's cardboard holding it in. Now, a lot of y'all have been waiting all year for me to get this project done. It's finally here. Now I gotta move these to the side of the house. Okay, still breathing hard. These look great. They're definitely crooked. The top face parts are like loose. So I need to go in and tighten all those in. And then I think I'm going to use some rubber shims at the bottom to help level them out. But can we just talk about the correlation of those to the trellis over there? Can you imagine these spilling over with bright yellow lantana in the summer? Maybe lots of lavender and pink petunias in the spring. And in the fall, really big, tall, ornamental millet. Maybe with pumpkins clustered at the base. These are great. I'm so excited. $50 each. Sometimes you're really lucky and you come across an opportunity like that. Like I said, I bought 4, I didn't need 4, so Kristen's taking 2 of them. But I was afraid I'd get in here and want more. So got them, and I'm just very, very pleased. Like I said, I don't really think I'm going to plant these up now. I think these are going to be more of a spring project just because I really am kind of done planting things for this season. What I'm really doing is planting all my seedlings that are my cool flowers that are going to overwinter outside. This was tough, but I'm glad we're here. I can't believe we're finally here. This project sucked. Definitely the hardest project that I've done in the garden this year. I think it was definitely harder than the shade garden. This was just a massive area, and like I said, I made a mistake the first time around by not putting cardboard down as well as the weed barrier and had to go redo it. Had to redo about 60% of this, so it sucks. But we're here, we're finally here. Very excited about the vision. It's crazy to me that where I'm standing right here, and none of this was here in January. I just had a few raised beds, and everything else is new this year. A lot of it I built myself. I'm proud of myself, y'all. I don't care how many other projects I failed at or didn't get done this year. This is pretty friggin' amazing. And this is going to be a center piece for my entire garden going forward. This is a portion I needed to get done so that I could proceed back to the back part of the garden. I want to build a sweet little bridge path thing here. I'm just so incredibly pleased that this is finally done. All right, you all, I hope you guys enjoyed this series that took me almost 3 months to get done. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow my channel. And give me a like and a comment on this video, y'all, that I got this done, finally. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below letting me know you made it to the end and that you say hi. And be sure to check me out on my social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.